Hey guys, Lindsay here. So not too long ago, I put a little poll up on my community tab, letting you guys know that I was in desperate need of doing like a full-on beauty room cleaning overhaul because it has seriously gotten out of control lately. And I did get some new drawer systems, so I kind of need to move everything and spread it out anyways. So I asked if you guys wanted to either just see like what goes in the drawers, like show you what's in each drawer afterwards, or if you wanted to actually see kind of a sped up version of the cleaning and reorganizing, and then I could just kind of show you real quickly what's in the drawers afterwards. And that second option is the one that won out. So it was 62% to 36%. So I guess we're going to be doing a little speed cleaning. And I think what I'm going to do is, like I said, just kind of speed up, like kind of sorting through some things. And then I'll kind of give you different angles. It's not going to be just like a full non-stop you seeing everything that I do, but I will show you like a good bit of what I do and putting them in the drawers. And then at the very end, we'll just like open up each drawer and I'll show you like, okay, I put highlighters here, I put foundation here. That's my plan. So hopefully by the end of this video, it will be a nice, clean, pretty room again. Because you guys saw from that room tour, it was very nicely organized and put away. So I'm hoping we can get back to that. I have a feeling this is potentially going to be a 2-day process for me just because I hate cleaning. So I might just like want to take a break and go binge Netflix for a little while because this is my weekend. So yeah, that is pretty much everything I wanted to cover before we get started. So I will turn the camera around now and I will show you guys the incredibly embarrassing mess that I have caused. Don't judge me. And then we'll just start speed through cleaning and reorganizing. Okay, so here is the mess. All right, so first off, I guess I will show you what is different from the last time that you guys saw my room. So I now have 2 little 5-drawer Alex drawers underneath a tabletop, which as you can see is cluttered with all kinds of crap. But this will basically allow me to have most of my stuff like right at fingertip reach, you know, so I can try using different highlighters and different blushes and things like that. That is my intention. So these are going to be primarily what I'm going to be filming. I still have my big tall Alex drawer over there. This is the one that I had most of my makeup in originally. And I have a feeling that it's either going to be used for palettes mostly, but also I'm planning on using it for like accessories, for like props. You know, I've got like some flowers and stuff over here to use for flat lays. I want to try to get a little bit better about doing really pretty flat lay pictures for Instagram. There's all the palettes on the floor. And you see these little bins right here, the 2 kind of Tupperware type of bins. My intention is for those to go away completely. I'm hoping that whatever's in those, if I actually need it in this room, I can put it in the tall drawer system right here instead so that it looks a little bit nicer. So that's my plan. I think I might keep this little wicker one and put that over there. We'll see. But the plan is that most of the actual makeup will go into this little section right here. And then, yeah, we'll see. I don't know if I'll have time to get to organizing the back of this. Like I said, I want to start changing it up a little bit, you know, that kind of thing. Okay, so my plan for how to go about doing this may or may not be the best way, but it's the best way I could think of, is I'm just going to kind of take a cue from what I've already got going on and just make little piles on the floor of everything, because I do have some things in these drawers. I have some things in the drawers over there. I think I'm just gonna make a pile of all the shadows, all the lipsticks, all the highlighters and everything like that. Then I have an idea of what I have, and then, you know, deciding which drawers to put certain things in. Because I do have some things in these drawers right now, but I don't know that it's the best setup. So once I see everything, then I can get a better feel for it and really decide. And hopefully by the end of this video, I will be able to do a little 360 like this, and hopefully it will look much cleaner. Let's all hope. Hello again. Okay, so I figured I would just come on here real quick because I did end up having to stop the camera and go plug the battery in because I pretty much, I guess, was filming long enough that I killed the battery. And I didn't want to stop doing what I was doing because, quite frankly, I have the energy and will to do it right now, so I better just keep on going because if I just stop and go sit downstairs, I'm probably not going to want to come back up here and keep doing this. So got a good momentum going, don't want to stop. Regardless, I will show you guys what's in every drawer by the end of this. So I have a feeling I'm going to be just like really cutting up and speeding through the actual organizing part because I don't even know how half the footage is going to look. But just to tell you what I did real quick, I pretty much worked on the liner drawer, so you can see this lovely fun hand covered in eyeliner because I hadn't gone through any of my eyeliners in a long time, and I did have a lot of eyeliners, so I went through and basically like swatched them all on my hand. Some of them were dried out and didn't work, so those hit the trash, and the ones that were still good I kept and just kind of like separated them into like colored liners and plain black liners. So I'll show you guys all that at the end, but that's basically what I've been working on, and I feel like the battery's probably charged enough for me to kind of keep going and show you guys, because now what I want to try to do, I pretty much have all the drawers where I want them to be, like with what I want in them, but now I'm going to try to like make better use of these little containers that I have just to make things fit a little bit better. So I figured I'd go ahead and just bring the camera back out and point it on the drawers, and you guys can just see that, because I think at this point I've got everything locked in and everything's kind of been discarded and thrown away that's like old and gross. That was the only thing I was getting rid of, was old and gross stuff, so sorry if you guys cared to see that. But I've already gone through things like my foundation like a while ago. So let me turn you guys back around and we'll kind of start playing around with organizing some of these drawers a little bit better, and then we'll move on to the palettes, because that I believe is what's going to end up being all in the Alex drawers, and maybe some of them on the display behind me like I've had before. I haven't decided yet, so let's get back to it.
I'm trying to sleep all night. A look on the clock, it's midnight. I'm trying to sleep, I'm trying to sleep, it's midnight. Thinking about what to do. I know that I just need you. Tell me, where are you, baby? You thinking about me, maybe?
And we're back for day 2. Okay guys, it's the end of day 2 and I've actually finished. So I was right, I figured it would probably take me 2 days, you know, maybe taking a little rest in between. So I have no idea how the actual like cleaning, organizing footage is gonna come out for this video, just because I'm sure a lot of what I'm gonna end up cutting out is me just staring blankly at this room because I had no clue where I wanted to put certain things, and there were certain times where I just stood there and just stared. So I'm probably just going to edit together a few clips of like where I actually was in a groove and I was putting some things away, and I'll put that in there. So I figure now we will go through everything. I'll try to still be kind of quick and concise about it, but I'll show you where I put everything and kind of like what I've done. I did reorganize the back area as well. So we'll go through all that real quick. So let me turn you around again. All right, so starting out just on the corner over here, nothing really has changed with the exception of I got rid of the like wicker wood cabinet thing. I'm gonna actually just move that to our master bathroom just to store random stuff in. I didn't need it in here anymore. Then of course I have my chair. I put my little Game of Thrones faces scarf on it. And then of course all my wigs. I kind of spread them out a little bit more because I did get rid of the little clear, I don't know what you call it, storage unit thing. I got rid of that. So I pretty much just turned this second shelf into a display for all of like the packaging pieces I've kept. I used to just have them in a drawer, but some of these like really beautiful, unique pieces, especially like these ones from Besame. I love the Besame, like fake newspapers. Pretty much most of this is Besame. And of course, you know, like that's from going to Universal. So it's my little Ollivander wand. But yeah, I like really pretty packaging. So I just figured I would use that to display it. And then I used one of these little stands that I had to kind of carry over extra nail polish because this thing is pretty much jam-packed. So I figured this works for now. And then I did end up keeping this little Tupperware thing, so I'll show you what's inside of it. On top of it are some little floral items that I got for taking like prettier flat lay photos. I kind of want to try to doll my photos up a little bit more. So the top drawer of this is backdrop fabric, which I really haven't used since I started my channel, and I kind of want to, but I don't have a good system for putting it up, so it's in here for now. If you've been with me from the beginning, you'd recognize this as my former background. This drawer is all of my little loose shadows from companies like Breesia, Geek Chic Cosmetics, Shiro Cosmetics, things like that. I honestly don't reach for these quite as much anymore just because a palette is so much more convenient, so I find myself going that route, but I'm not getting rid of them yet. I still like them, and of course I love supporting indie brands. And then this last drawer is just like makeup bags, the brush bag that came with the furless set, some makeup brush holders, and any kind of like, I think I have, this is a camera stand, I think, a smaller one. All right, so now moving into the Alex 9 drawer. So I've kind of revamped this now that I've moved everything around. So these first and second drawers are actually like jewelry drawers. When I had my previous desk, it had one long drawer and I was using it to keep my jewelry in. So these little things don't fit the best because, you know, obviously the biggest complaint with Alex drawers is they don't come all the way out. So I do have to pick this up and pull it out if I want to get through some of these, but it works and it gives me a nice clean place to store them, you know, where everything's nice and organized. So those are earrings up top. And then this one is mostly things like bracelets and a couple of like new pieces that I haven't done anything with yet. But yeah, pretty much just jewelry. This drawer I used for kind of like flat lay items, like glitters, roses, the stickers that I use, and then also like all these pins that I've gotten that I don't really know what to do with them yet. And then this is all things that have either come with packaging, like these stickers came with the Besame packaging, or like decals, things that came with products that I don't want to get rid of, stuff like that. So, and then I've got these little sample perfumes from when I used to get the indie subscription boxes. This one's kind of like my hair drawer, so headbands, wig caps, clips that I seem to only use when I film videos, my fake bangs, and this little fake curly haired ponytail thing. And then this is like your Z palette drawer, I guess you'd say. So these are all of my little make your own palettes that I have. I went ahead and stuck this in there too. This is from Espionage Cosmetics, but it's basically the same principle of being like a blank cartridge and you add 2 items in there. So I do have 2 shadows in there. I do need to get some more of these like type of palettes because I'm starting to get a larger singles collection. And then I have my leftover color switch, knockoff color switch change outs. The next 3 drawers are all palettes. So I tried to organize them as best as I could. The main thing was I wanted to be able to see them better. So like now I can at least kind of go through and do this number, whereas before they were all stacked. So I wanted to do that with as many as I could that would fit, but obviously not all of them will fit upright. So some of these I did have to stack, but at least it's only 1 stack, so it's very easy to go through if I needed to. And then this one is pretty much all of my Hot Topic palettes, with the exception of this little NYX one because that's the only place it fit, but everything else is a Hot Topic palette. And then this last drawer didn't change. This is kind of like a nail polish carryover, nail polish accessories, and some other random things. Okay, so let's go ahead and do the table. So I'll show you again from the distance. So I have 2 Alex 5 drawers on either side, and it's just the blank tabletop over the top. This table is actually a lot deeper than the one I had before, so I'm able to actually put more on top without it taking up a lot of space. So starting out on top, I've got setting sprays, my face brushes, my sponges, my color switch, mirror. I have it sitting on top of this Storybook Cosmetics. This is what like the liquid lipsticks came in. I have it sitting on top of that just to raise it up a bit. And then I've got my eye brushes. And as you can see right now, I just have the weird shaped ones just laying there in front of them. But my husband is going to build me kind of like a little stacking type of thing so that I can have them like suspended. Kind of like the wand stands. If you've ever seen like the multi-wand stands, that's what I have in mind. Let's see. I have glitter, like liquid liners that are glitter. Those are like my favorite colored liners. This little guy, obviously my mirror. This little guy is full of tweezers, dry erase markers, lash curler, things like that. Okay, so then right here we have my little lip carousel. So what I ended up doing was I tried to group them a little bit. So this one is all of my favorite like red liquid lipsticks and some lipsticks. These are all nudes, and these are all like glosses that I like to wear a lot. And then down here is like your kind of fun colors, your kind of purpley things like that. Purpley, like hot pinks, the more interesting ones. And then this one is the more like deeper nude, not your traditional nude, but like the dark vampy colors, the kind of pumpkin spice colors. And then this one is all lip pencils. So this way my lipsticks are a little bit easier to grab, a little bit more at reach, and hopefully again I will start using more of them in my looks. So let's go ahead and go back into the drawers now. All right, so drawer number 1 on the left is all lashes. Drawer number 2 is all highlighters. So I really still want to get some different storage components for these. I may do with what I had and it does work, but I want like those little ones that are meant for makeup, you know, where you can put like blushes upright and they just have them in rows. I really want something like that. But I've got my palettes, liquid ones. These are loose ones in the back, so I rarely use those. And then these are really predominantly what I use. Of course, my Collective Cosmetics highlighters. Okay, this one is all blush and bronzers. Again, I have like a little compartment pretty much with all blushes. This one is mostly bronzers, and then my palettes. Again, I would really like to have a better, like one of those like tiered type of things, but this does the job for now. And again, I've had this kind of next to me for a while. I just added a different compartment into it, and it has kind of driven me to pick different blushes when I do my looks. So far it's working in my favor. Okay, the second to last drawer here. So for this one, I decided to do a combination of primers and concealers. I also threw in things that are like prep products, like lip scrubs and lotion, just because I didn't really have anywhere else to put it, but this works for me. And then the very, very last drawer is foundations and powders. So the powders are pretty much all across with a couple down here, and then all my foundations and BB creams are right there. So this kind of works. It's not the most organized. There's still a bunch of them just laying down, but I had a lot more of the tube style foundations than I realized. And then I have a couple right here on the side, like foundation samples that I really want to try just to, you know, try out some new foundations without paying the money. All right, over to side 2. So this first one right here, drawer number 1, is all liners pretty much, with a couple of eye primers as well. So these are all just your generic black pencil liners, and this is a brightener. These are all my black liquid liners, which I have a ridiculous amount of apparently. And then these are the remainder kind of like colorful and fun liners, and also like pot gel liners and the Suva Beauty water activated liners. And then in the back I have like some backups of other shades that I already have like in use, so I just kind of keep them out of the way. This drawer is pretty much just the exact same way it was when I had it in the Alex system. It's just brow products in this one and mascaras in this one. And quite honestly, I do need to do a better job of like going through and using some of these mascaras because some of them probably are on the old side, but they all didn't look chunky. They didn't have a weird smell yet, but as you can see, I have way too many. You should never have this many mascaras open at one time because they're just gonna mess up. So this one is the one we got in our BoxyCharm and I haven't even opened it yet. I even have like a sample one that I haven't opened yet, so. Third drawer down, these are lip products. It's not all of them, but it's some of them. So these are the little containers I used to have up on top of my shelf as a display, but now these aren't necessarily like the favorites anymore. It's just a place to stick them all. For the most part, a lot of them are indie brand with some Wet n Wild thrown in. I have like the Besame glosses that I actually use right there. The other ones are still, the ones that didn't work are for like on display behind me. I have some little like minis and balms here, and then back there in the back is all of the Hot Topic lip products that aren't up in the little top thing because I actually do really like some of the Hot Topic ones and I actually wear them on a daily basis, or you know, more frequently I guess you'd say. So those made it up to the favorites. And then down here is the other drawer full of lipsticks. Again, this is not the best organization. It's just I made do with what I had as far as storage type of components. But I've got like my Jeffree Star nude minis, some Notoriously Morbid lip products. These are all ColourPop in this one container right here, and then that's pretty much everything else. So again, I really need some better or different types of containers to really make this work, but made do with what I had. And the very last drawer is pretty much like the Besame Infinity Stone shadows. These are some sugar pill ones that I accidentally bought as singles instead of the depotted singles to put in their palettes, and so I need to figure out how to depot it. I've watched videos, I just haven't gotten up the courage yet to try. These are the only ColourPop ones that weren't dried out in my collection, and then this little one right here is loose pigments like the ColourPop pigments. And then in this tray is like the Stila. These are like different glitter eyeshadows, and then just some random other accessories like little beads or pearls that you could stick on for a Halloween look. And then that is a Laura Mercier like cream eyeshadow. That's also a cream eyeshadow. So little, basically cream eyeshadows similar to the ColourPop stuff. Okay, so that's it for the makeup. If you're interested, I will show you kind of what I did to my background. I really wanted to display the Iron Throne from my Urban Decay palette, so I put this here. I don't know that it will stay here forever. My plan, I don't know if I mentioned it in the beginning, is I really would like to kind of rotate some of the items that are on display in the future, so it's at least there for now, and that way it's also easily accessible to pull the palette out. And this is like a really cute little bell I got in a Game of Thrones box that says Shame. And then of course my Triwizard Tournament cup stayed, my little wands there, kept my Death Star. I moved the little nerdy owl photo over here because whether you guys know it or not, I have like a thing for owls. I love owls. And I love, obviously it's a nerdy owl. And then of course my absolutely gorgeous Besame fragrance with my wand that I picked out at Universal. And this is a beautiful little jewelry box that has mostly some hoop earrings in it. Okay, moving right along. So I did change up this shelf a little bit, trying to get some good lighting over here. All right, so this part is pretty much the same. The Stormtrooper stuff with my Her Universe palette and lip glosses. I went ahead and moved the Besame Infinity glosses, the ones that didn't work for me. I used them as display. I moved them up here with my cute little Captain America shield that I just got recently. Hobby Lobby, seriously the best place for nerdy iron work. Then I have all of my book palettes with the exception of the Urban Decay one. This is a little snitch headband that is way too damn heavy to actually wear on your head. I moved my TARDIS down. Of course, I had to keep the Goblin King. I couldn't not have him displayed. And then this little guy I found at Half Price Books. Like if you don't know, with the new My Little Pony, they did a Dr. Hooves, which is pretty much David Tennant's doctor. I had to get that. It was super adorable. So then down here, I moved Queen Serenity and her family. I've got my two Blood Sugar and Blue Blood palettes back there because those things don't fit anywhere. And then I did keep the kind of palette organizer, and this pretty much always holds like my favorite palettes to use. Some of these, like this one I haven't used yet, but I just love the look of it. The rest of them are all like favorites of mine. The Soraya Jade palette, both my Menagerie palettes, my Collective Cosmetics palettes, Makeup Slave. I do like the ColourPop Villains, Love Lux, Tribe, LA Splash Gatsby, my Alien Cosmetics Unearthly palette, and then of course my little Agent Carter collection down there. Okay, making our way down to this shelf, I have My book from the only month we've received from the Storybook Cosmetics Book Club. We're supposed to be getting the next one soon, so fingers crossed that that starts working, because I think they're moving to a quarterly setup, which I think is fine. But I have that one, and then I have these two that I got from Gothic Gardens, because they're like little mini books basically. My little Kapow, my owl, and then the Urban Decay Alice Through the Looking Glass one with the butterfly on display, because I think it's so pretty. Down here I have my Snow White makeup bag from Besame. This little mini brush set from Storybook Cosmetics. They've discontinued it, and quite honestly, I understand why. Their other brushes are amazing, but these, the design of them just isn't the best. I mean, they're supposed to be like little mini detailed brushes, but I need a much smaller brush than this, and I find that I never use them, but they're still really pretty. I've been meaning to like actually use them more, so you might see me use them more often. And then I have the Quill from Storybook with the new liner Kat Von D palette. Down here I have my cute little makeup bag from Ulta, and the box that my Furless Cosmetics brushes came in, the Furless and It's Likely Makeup collection, with a little mermaid tiara because it's cute. And my little TARDIS box pillow. Alright guys, so that's all for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Like I said, this is the first time I've ever done a just random filming while I'm doing stuff, so I don't know if half the shots came out good or not, but we'll see. I'll see when I edit this. But at least hopefully you enjoyed the end of kind of getting a tour of everything. If you want to see other videos about my collection, I think I've pretty much shown you guys palettes and lip products. I don't know what else you'd want to see. I could do like a highlighter collection. You guys let me know. I'm here to make videos that you guys enjoy. But yeah, I'm at least glad that this room is finally back in order, and now I need to go clean all my brushes because those are still a mess. But yeah, that's it. I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye guys.